how to identify suburbs that are about to go through gentrification, or the gentrification happening into the suburbs right now. Now, we all know that gentrification is quite the key when you're talking about growth coming into the suburbs. It's quite the key when you're waiting through buy and hold strategies for the market to deliver that growth to you. And how do you identify a suburb going through gentrification? And there are some clear indicators that you can, tangible indicators that you can follow and see when the suburbs are gentrifying. Now, it's important to understand that, when the suburbs are gentrifying, they're happening into core pockets of bigger population. And so big regional hubs where the gentrification happens, or inner city pockets where the gentrification happens. Of course, the easiest way to identify gentrification is through ripple effect. The ripple effect is about suburbs where you would see miss out of the suburbs, where a lot of the suburbs around a particular pocket or a particular local government area or council have increased in prices, but there are certain suburbs which haven't delivered the growth, and they might be one of those dark horses where people haven't placed a lot of attention, and so all of a sudden you see people paying a lot of attention, and they start growing. It's quite easy, and they're super easy to identify, and a lot of investors tend to focus on that. But there are other factors that can identify these gentrified pockets as well. Now, one of the key things to understand that gentrification naturally would happen in areas where there is scarcity. So the land is scarce and the demand is high, and that's where people want to live in. One of the key things that you would notice in a suburb which is going through gentrification is basically the suburb. There would be brand new cafes. There would be old warehouses converting into new warehouses. There would be chic cafes coming in there, building it up, and you would see a lot of growth coming through those particular areas. It's quite interesting when you see some of these things happening, that you would see a Starbucks opening up, or you would see a brand new morning cafe opening up there. Some of these things are quite obvious and quite relevant when you are looking at gentrification. The other key thing that you would see in suburbs going through gentrification is that there would be a lot of development activity, and so you would see developers buying old blocks, putting townhouses. You would see buyers buying bigger blocks and converting them into smaller subdivisions. And so that's one of the key indicators that there is growth coming through that particular suburb as well. The third important thing to identify the gentrification is when you are looking at the auction rates. And so the suburbs which are transitioning or becoming more gentrified are the type of suburbs where you would see that auctions are happening a lot more than private sale. And that transition happens quite slowly and gradually, where real estate agents realize that the power of auction is a lot more, because they can extract a lot more value out of the purchaser versus doing a private sale. And so if you look at these three indicators together, you would see that gentrification, or more affluencies, or people with higher propensity to pay would drive the growth in some of these areas. Of course, it starts off in the inner city pockets of a major population or major growth area. Stay away from outskirts, infield areas, greenfield areas, because of course the scarcity is not there. There is a lot of land available, and so you would not see gentrification happening there quite suddenly or quite effectively. Thank you for listening to me today. Enjoy, have a wonderful day, and if you like our content, please do jump into comments and discuss as to what do you feel, what do you want to know more. Also, join in our Help Me Buy a Property podcast. We are talking about a lot of non-conventional contemporary strategies and topics there. It is on YouTube, so do like, share, subscribe. Thank you for listening to me today. Keep smiling, take care, keep investing, be kind. This is Boss checking out. Adios.